Welcome back to AIRGUNS Expo. It's been a long day, huh, Larry? Well, we're here at we're at the Airgun Expo, sponsored by the Gateway to Air Guns, and of course,
Airguns of Arizona.
And I'm here with Larry, and we got a plethora of stuff.
Right. I just sort of wanted to hit the high points of the different things that we carry at Airguns of Arizona. Hopefully I'll hit something that interests you, and you can go to our website, airgunsofarizona.com, and take a look. You know, just looking at this, the first thing that comes to mind is scopes.
Sure, yeah.
So we don't carry just one type of scope. I mean, we carry Aztec. We're the importer for MTC Optics.
Yeah.
Which this is a wide view, which you looked at last night. So if you're a hunter, we carry this in a 10 power and a 12 power. It gives you a fantastic field of view. So if you're looking at this with a regular scope, you're looking at this, especially for those of you that are hunting. Just fantastic wide field of view.
Look at the size of this housing.
Yes.
It's massive. And that's what's giving you your field of view.
Right.
It's really, really clear. And your picture goes from, like you said, like this to like this. Mm-hmm. And you can see so much on the peripheral. It's really amazing.
Right. And I didn't show you this one last night, but this one is basically the same thing. Mm-hmm. This one also has an illuminated reticle. Wide field of view again. One of the things that is unique about these is they need to come right up to your glasses or your eyes.
So specifically used for air rifles then?
Right.
Yeah.
Only for air rifles. Don't put it on your 30-06.
Yeah.
Unless you have someone you don't like, and then you can have them shoot your 30-06 with it.
Yeah. It'd be a good way to get rid of a friend or a wife, I guess.
Right. So we've kind of covered the scopes. We also carry, if we don't have or can't get a sports match mount that will fit your gun with dovetail, Picatinny, Weaver, they probably aren't made.
Yeah, you guys have a huge selection. You're kind of an all-inclusive shop. You can go there and get your gun, your ammo, your filling, everything in the basket, and be ready to shoot right out of your store.
Right. And sports match just can't be beat for repeatability and being able to, hold the scope in place on the gun.
Right.
So you just don't have that issue. We sell cheaper mounts, but those are the go-to and really reliable.
Yeah, and those are something you're going to put on a really nice gun, like like the Delta Wolf or your Day State.
Right. Or your Brocock.
Yeah. Yep. Certainly your Brocock.
So the other thing is we carry a large line of air rifles, starting with spring guns like this Vyrow or Wyrock HW30. These things are just fun to shoot, good to start a kid on, because most kids can cock it. It can be decocked.
I was going to say, let's show them that action. This is something you don't see regularly in a break barrel, the ability to decock them.
Most break barrels, once they're cocked and loaded,
you have to fire.
That's it.
Yeah.
With these, you don't have to do that. You simply grab onto the barrel, grab on here. You've got a safety right here you push across, hanging onto it, pull the trigger, and you can decock it.
Nice.
Now, it would still have the pellet in there unless you used a rod to knock it out, but you can decock.
Or maybe you were just cleaning the barrel or something.
Right.
Or lubing the chassis up.
A lot of times people keep these by their back door if they have a pest.
Oh yeah, the old rack.
And all they have to do is just cock it and go. And if it's gone before they get there, they can decock it.
Yeah, that's super.
But anyway, this is sort of an entry-level gun.
And it's compact too for a break barrel.
Oh yeah.
Most break barrels are fairly long.
It's a little shorter pull.
Yeah.
So that youth can use it.
Yeah, that's excellent.
So we carry a full line of spring guns. We also carry underlevers. We carry some gas rams. Diana, we carry them
Diana.
Also.
Can't
We
go
also
wrong.
carry the fine work bow 124, which has been around forever.
Yeah, since I
And a
was
stalwart.
like a kid, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. And then
A
we
while
get
ago.
into, higher end PCPs.
Sure.
We don't carry the necessarily economic PCPs. We tend to carry the more accurate, a little more expensive, higher quality air guns. Brocock is a good example.
Sure.
It's by no means cheap, but it is really accurate and does a great job.
I've owned a few, loved them.
So we go from the spring gun clear up to the Red Wolf, which most people will recognize.
Which I shot yesterday. Oh my God.
So pretty high tech, but now the latest and greatest and most advanced on the market is the Delta Wolf.
And that's
So-
that's not an overstatement at all. This gun has technology in it that no other gun has.
Right. This gun, you can change calibers from 177, 22, 25, and 30.
Sure.
And for each of those calibers, it's pre-programmed for 3 different speeds, or you can customize it. So if you're shooting a 22 and you shoot 33 grain pellets as opposed to the 25, you can go in there and customize it, and you do it
save
all
it.
on the gun.
And save your program with the
Correct.
factory program.
Right. You can reprogram the Red Wolf, but you have to buy an external programmer.
Okay.
So you can tweak that, but it's a little more involved. So this is state of the art, the next level. This one also has a Cobra F1, which is a first focal plane, again made by MTC Optics. This is our Aztec line that's exclusive to Airguns of Arizona and our
Right.
dealers.
Yeah, and that line, that Aztec line, that's a pretty popular scope with the air gunners.
For the money,
Yeah,
it
that-
is
I
a
mean,
fantastic
when we're talking
scope.
dollars to quality, it's kind of hard to beat that scope, you know.
Right, it is. And it has a lifetime warranty. So anything goes wrong with it, why, we'll cover it.
Yeah,
So,
that's amazing.
yeah. Going on up in guns, if you like to compete in field target, we have a few 10-meter guns. For example, this is one of our 10-meter guns. This is an entry-level fine work bow. We carry all the fine work bow, or most of the most popular ones.
That trigger on that pistol right there,
Yeah,
it's almost unbelievable.
it's almost scary.
Yeah, it is so crisp and light.
Right.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
just
carry
amazing.
the 800 series in the fine work bow in the rifles, field target and 10 meter. So we carry,
You have a
almost-
wide spectrum.
yes, a wide spectrum.
Sure, from beginner.
Trying to start sort of in the upper middle to the very top end,
on the
which would
PCP.
be, yeah.
Sure. But I mean, you start, like you said, from your basic gun for a beginner child or intermediate, all the way
Right.
up to the super advanced Delta Wolf.
Yes, we do.
So a little bit of everything.
Right.
And then you have the support too. So if something breaks,
We have a repair department. We've got 4 technicians now that work in our repair department. And so, you can call in, you can bring your gun into the showroom, and we'll log it in and
you can mail it in.
mail it in. Most
Sure.
of our repairs come in through mail.
Sure.
Call in, we'll give you a return authorization number, and you can send it in. They'll know exactly what's coming in, what's wrong with it. They'll get it tagged, placed on the shelf, and put in line for repair.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of other dealers don't have, is a repair facility. With technicians.
Right.
What you guys have. It's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also do some custom tuning.
Yeah.
So, for example, on the Red Wolf, we will take it for an additional fee, and we'll go through the gun and actually take it to the range and shoot it at 100 yards, like this. That would be this 22 high power Red Wolf.
That I was shooting yesterday.
Yeah, and we'll be shooting it at 100 yards, and if it doesn't meet our criteria, we take it back and tweak it. And that's a combination of programming and, polishing and experience, knowing what you're doing when you do all of those things.
And will you do custom programming? Let's say if somebody has a certain type of ammo they want to shoot, will you do that kind of programming for the day state?
We will tune it to that ammo. So when our airgun smith does the tuning, why he will tune it for, if you're shooting 33 grain, 22 caliber, that's what he'll tune it to. And when they go to the range to test it, that's what it will be tested with. And it's truly tested at 100 yards.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do it at 110, depending on how good the light is at the range. When it gets a little bit later, we can't see the targets, but yeah.
So we had a quick question. One of the viewers is asking if I have shot the Red Wolf yet. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, it's on. And no, I haven't. That's one of the things I'm excited about in this trip, is being able to shoot some of these guns that never had a chance to shoot before. Whether it's the Delta Wolf or the Red Wolf, I have shot the Brocock Sniper High Power, those which are phenomenally good guns.
Yeah, super great.
But those high-end Red Wolves and stuff, I have not, and I'm very, very excited. Now I have. Well, I did pull the trigger once at the Airguns of Arizona Tempt You to Buy range. They have right in the showroom you can take a shot, and yes, so I did it there. But as far as spending time with one to really get to know it and use it, no, I haven't. I'm super pumped to have that opportunity. So I gotta say, just another super huge thank you to Airguns of Arizona for coming out and being here all week with us.
Yeah, all week.
And so you guys know this, we shot some stuff today. We shot the LCS
SK19.
And that's one of many live range segments we're going to have with Airguns of Arizona while they're here. So we've got more to come. If you have questions or things you want to see, let us know, and we'll try to incorporate that, because he's got a van full of cool stuff.
He didn't get to shoot the Red Wolf, but I did. Yeah, I got a lot of time on the Red Wolf, and it's phenomenal. I mean, it's almost eerie how dead the gun is when you shoot it. There's no recoil, no sound. It is flat as paper. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, with the electronic trigger, the electronic valving system, it's kind of mind blowing. When somebody who's shot a lot of other guns shoots something like that, it's like a whole nother level. It's like way up here. It's really incredible. Yeah. And in the craftsmanship, I mean, even when you look at the stock and things like that, it's just a whole nother level. I mean, it's way above everything else.
Yeah, and if you want to stay tuned, because on Wednesday we're going to be doing a segment on the Red Wolf, and you'll get to see one in a walnut stock. It comes in 3 different stocks. The red, we have what we call a midnight, which is a real deep blue.
Oh yeah, that one.
And then walnut.
Yeah.
And I didn't do any special selection on stocks. What I did was see how they shot, and those are the ones that are on the van. And so
They're
the
all
stock,
gorgeous.
the walnut, every walnut stock just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
That comes from Day State.
I mean, I thought they all looked gorgeous. They're just phenomenal. That red, it's so glossy and pops so hard with the gray and the red. It's amazing to see, and I don't even know if you could do it justice on video. It's some.
But if you don't like glitz, we have the good old walnut with the matte
shine
finish.
with the matte finish. Yeah,
Yep.
gorgeous. Yeah, and then you got like the Delta Wolf, that's like totally sublime. Totally
More tactical looking.
super tactical, ready for action. It looks like you can just throw it in your truck and just get out there and get after something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I like that. You don't feel like it has to be a closet queen. This gun I'd be afraid to haul that around out in the woods. You know, it's so pretty and the stock is so gorgeous and glossy. Oh, I'd just be afraid to haul that around out in the woods. But that Delta Wolf, on the other hand, that baby's going with me. You know, we're going on a walk with that.
Now, that's why I'm keeping the van locked while I'm here this week. I've had several threats.
There weren't threats.
You know, the thing is that out here at the ranch, there's only a couple potential folks, so you would be pretty quick to track it down. If Travis's truck is gone, we probably have
and the Delta Wolf is gone?
Yeah, the red Ford and the red
put two and
Delta
two
Wolf
together.
are gone. We pretty much know that. And if Joe's rental is dragging, the trunk is dragging over the water ditch berms, then we know exactly what's going on.
Border's only what?
Yeah,
15 minutes
yeah,
away.
they're very
I'll
close.
make it.
Yeah.
No, run for the border. But anyway, let's get back.
All right.
So we have filling equipment, filling stations.
We have about 5 different compressors.
Okay.
I didn't bring any
didn't-
in.
we'll-
we may
we'll
talk
sh-
about that later
Yeah,
this
we'll
week.
do it outside where we got room. Or
I
we'll
brought
do it
this
inside,
in
too.
because it didn't take up much room. This is an 18 cubic foot Omega tank,
Uh-huh.
4,500 PSI. Comes with 2 valve options. This one has the standard valve option. Excuse me. So there's no extra charge for this valve.
Right.
If you're filling a gun like this,
With a
you
small
may
reservoir?
want, with a small reservoir, you don't get quite the control here.
Right.
You have to be very careful. We sell a custom all stainless valve that will also go on here.
Is that the one we were using out in your truck?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So you have a lot of really good
Super
control,
fine control. Yeah.
and you don't overfill.
Right.
And not only do we carry this 18, we carry a 75, a 100 cubic foot, and we have a Made in USA 75 cubic foot as well.
Now-
all Omega brand.
And this is a question I get a lot. Are they DOT approved?
Yes.
All your tanks are DOT approved.
Yes. When
Okay.
you look at this, it's got the DOT insignia.
Sure does, and a date
Yep.
right there.
And the date that it was manufactured.
So you can get them hydro tested. And,
Yes,
and
no
filled
problem.
if you don't have the equipment. You can take them
Right.
to a scuba shop or what have you.
Right.
That's
so
excellent. That's
if
good
you
to
happen
know.
to be in the Phoenix metro area,
Uh-huh.
we fill the tanks.
Okay.
Bring 'em
a little,
in.
little charge for that?
Yep.
Couple bucks?
$15.
Okay.
So at least that's what it was when I left.
Yeah, it's better than hand pumping them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we also carry tank bags for the 75 and 100,
Okay.
so that when you're carrying them around out in the field, you don't have to worry about
Padded bags.
banging them. Yes, they're
Okay.
padded. They have a little piece of masonite across the bottom so they don't roll on you.
Okay.
And they've got a nice pocket on the side of them to
Strap?
put your pellets. It has a strap.
Excellent.
And it also has a little place for you to stick your
Fill probe.
fill probe into. And it Velcros down.
Yeah. You guys have
so-
everything.
We do. It's made by Primal Gear,
Okay.
just like this bum bag is.
Okay.
This is something you use in field target to sit on
Yeah.
when you're out in the field.
Hence the word bum.
Yeah. But they work good turkey hunting too, I can tell
Okay.
you that.
Oh yeah. Or blind. Sitting in a blind.
Or sitting in a blind
Sure.
on top of a chair. At least my chairs are too hard for me anymore.
I used to carry around a 5-gallon bucket with all my stuff in it.
Yep.
Cushion on there.
And this one, you can actually clip it right to the handle of your bucket.
Yeah.
So we try to think of
Perfect.
everything.
And you carry all types of ammo for all your PCP guns and your brake barrels, obviously.
We do. We carry most all of the JSB slugs. Both slugs and pellets. We carry the full line of Daystate pellets now.
Uh-huh. You're
And-
importing those too?
Yes.
Okay.
And H&N pellets.
So are the Daystate pellets also hard to come by right now because of the shipping stuff, or do you
They're a little more easy for us to get. We're
Okay.
the importers for them.
Sure.
But they cost a little more
Okay.
because they have the Daystate brand on them.
Oh yeah.
But they're top quality. And so, you pay a little more. So people obviously are going to buy the JSB, which are great quality.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
But if they can't,
They got a
And
backup.
some guns shoot the Daystate pellet much better than they shoot the JSB.
You know, I would imagine the Daystate guns, you know, were designed somewhat around the Daystate pellets.
Yeah, that and the H&N
Yeah,
are
H&N.
the two pellets that they use.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a gun will shoot the H&N pellet better.
Yeah, and that's
It
with
just
any kind
depends
of
on the gun.
PCP. you know.
Yes.
Some
Yep.
shoot H&N better, some shoot JSB better.
We also carry a full line of cleaning products, which I put up here.
These are
Some
patches.
gun oil. Yeah, these are 30 caliber patches that I had on the van. We carry a full line of cleaning rods, and these cleaning rods, these Dewey cleaning rods, are fantastic.
Yeah, that's
If you've ever
top-notch
spun the
stuff.
handle on one of these,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about it sticking
in the bore.
as you're running
Yeah.
it through. It's going to follow the lands and grooves.
Yeah. And
or the
I
button
use one of these to
rifling.
measure twist rates too on barrels. I put a little piece of tape here.
Yep.
You know, these dudes with the
It
bearing
works
end.
really well to come down the muzzle end if you blow out your breech seal.
Uh-huh.
So when you stick it in there, it doesn't go all the way down the barrel. You can push up against it
Yeah.
and get it in place. So there's a lot of uses for this.
Yeah, those are great. Those are fantastic. And of course you're using
Yeah, this is just one of many chemicals we use and sell
for cleaning.
for cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
This happens to be gun oil. We sell pellet oil. We sell some Daystate. It's a long day.
Yeah, Daystate.
Daystate,
Uh-huh.
pure silicon oil,
Sure.
you name it.
Yeah, I see you carry that. You use that yourself out in the truck.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. And then, if you're new to the sport, or if you aren't, we also carry a good line of literature on airgun hunting, tuning air guns, on pellets. And if you ask for a JSB pellet catalog, we can send that to you too.
Nice.
So Joe has been good to provide those for us.
Yeah, and that's exceptional stuff that you can all get right at one place.
Right.
Airguns of Arizona.
So you can buy your scopes, your guns,
Scope rings,
scope rings,
compressors,
ammunition, compressors, tanks.
literature.
I saw something we forgot here. What was it?
How about
We sell stuff to shoot at.
yeah, let's move this out of the way and bring that up. Now, we all of us shot at this target the last 2 days, and I think I can speak for all of us. We love this target.
This is called the quadrant target. It is made out of AR 400.
Yeah, very.
So you can shoot this with a high-powered air gun. And it's just fun to see something react.
Right.
So when you hit that, it spins around, good and clean. You can also sight your gun in.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. You know, when we were out shooting the 100-yard, we're shooting this at 100 yards yesterday with Red Wolf. And you know, when you're trying to dope a wind shot and you don't have any flags or anything out there, this is really good because you're missing it left or you're missing it right or low. It really helps you dope in the wind.
Right.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed this.
It's not what you need to sight a gun in for bench rest,
No.
but hunting and just having
Practice.
fun plinking
Yeah, it's
is
great.
a lot of fun. It's called Action Armor Target. So if you search our website, Action Armor,
Action armor.
and again, it's AR 400. And when you buy this target, it comes with the target, the stand, these two rods, and this extra little rod here on the bottom.
Right.
And the purpose for the extra little rod is if you buy, and this is sold separately, if you buy these shoot to reset targets, which we have prairie dog, rabbit, I don't know if I can remember all of them because we sort
Squirrel.
of squirrel, we sort of slimmed down the inventory, dove. You can buy this target, which is just shoot to reset. So it comes with 3 reducers, so you can get full size down to 1/2 inch is what I have here. When you shoot it, knocks it back, you shoot this 1 inch paddle down at the bottom and it resets it. And if you want to, it comes with a rod that you can pound in the ground, so you don't have to buy this target to use it.
Right. It could be.
But you
used
can,
by
if you
itself.
want to, that little rod, it just slides right over it and you're all set to go.
Right. And the nice thing too, you know, like you said with the reducers, you pop the reducer out. Let's say you're out at 100 yards and you're obviously not going to try to shoot through a 1/4 inch hole. I mean, I guess you could,
Right.
but it'd be a pretty good challenge. But you could take the reducer out 100 yards and have a decent challenge for yourself and put the reducer in at 30 yards. So you have a decent challenge again for yourself.
Right. So if you're practicing for EBR, you take them all out,
Uh-huh.
and that's about the same size as the 910 ring
That's right.
on an EBR target.
Sure.
For example.
So drop her out there with no reducer in at 100 yards and get all your EBR practice in.
And if you're shooting a high power gun regularly at 100 yards, we also sell a version of this target that is 18 by 18, sets on a stand, same setup, and we sell it in two sizes. One is a 2-inch center piece,
Uh-huh.
and the other is 1.25 inches.
Okay.
And so the 2-inch is 8 or better
Okay.
on an EBR target,
Gotcha.
and the 1.25 is a 910.
I gotcha.
So
Now-
you don't have to keep replacing paper. You can paint it if you want to. Just sort of depends on what you want to do, but good to practice with.
Sure. And people can drive up to your store and purchase these things without ordering it. Let's say they're driving through the area. You could
Right.
drive in and get it right off the showroom
And
floor.
they're already boxed, so if you buy one on the internet or call in, we just
Drop it in the
drop
UPS.
it. Yep,
Hey, guys.
UPS.
We got a quick question here. This is from a viewer. They're asking if you export specifically to Trinidad and to
Tobago?
Yes, thank you, Dad, and Tobago. Do you guys export out of the country?
We do to some countries on certain
It
products.
depends on really the export
Some things are
restrictions.
restricted, like a lot of the scopes
Yeah.
are restricted.
Yeah,
so-
some places can't have shrouded guns.
Right.
So the question is, there's very few places that really will go through, because it's a headache to export that way. But it sounds like if it's practical to do, you're willing to do it. I guess would be the good answer.
Yes, and we're not legal experts,
Right.
so we know some of those restrictions, but if you're calling to order something from Trinidad or
Yep.
Tobago, you need to know your local laws as well.
'Cause
So
once
for example, if you live in Canada, you can't own
Well, you can own this, but
this
none of
gun, this gun, this gun, because you can't have a shroud.
these. Right.
on the gun.
Any type of way of silencing it at all.
And
Right.
when I used to do some of that kind of help with training salespeople for another company, really, if once you ship it, it's out of your hands. They better have all of their ducks in the row.
Yeah, done their work.
And because you cannot be a legal expert for the entire world and the various municipalities and governments. and stuff.
Foot-pound requirements for certain
That's
countries.
Not, that's not your thing. They need to know. So.
Right. Oh, it's about to fall off.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
And-
thank you for that.
Yeah, to go a little bit further, we've got 4 to 5 people that are sitting there answering the phones all day. If you call, please be sure to leave your name and phone number. And remember, they're not professional secretaries, they're salespeople. So, go through it a couple of times. If you do that, they will call you back before the end of the day. The sales staff has to empty the queue. And the first call to come in, when they pick it up and they don't have fresh calls coming in, that's the one that they get. And they will call you back. So be sure and do that. Most people say, well, I called and it rang.
No one
and rang.
answered. I'm calling somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, they'll have the
So-
same problem when they call somewhere else too. But
As the message says, leave your name, leave your phone number,
we'll
and
get
do
back
it
to
in a
you.
way and enunciate. They might have hearing aids like I do
All right.
and can't hear as well. Do that and they will get back in touch
Sure.
with you. Same way with our repair department.
Yeah.
Leave a message and Shane will call you back and make arrangements to get your gun in
And of course,
repair it.
with anything, it's first come, first serve.
Right.
Yeah.
the first call that comes in, the way the phone system's set up, first call to come in will be the first one when they pick it up.
Take the answer.
Answer phones on the queue
Sure.
will be the first one that comes up.
Okay, that's awesome.
And we have a great online ordering system as well.
Oh yeah,
But you can't get that technical information if that's what you want.
exactly.
The salespeople also are shooters,
Right.
so they know, what the capabilities of this gun is. They also know what the capabilities of this gun is.
Sure.
So if you have questions, they can answer those. But if you already know or have talked to them, you can place the order online.
One of the things too on your online site that I check regularly myself is the used gun section.
Yes, on the used guns section, if you see a gun that you like,
Uh-huh.
let's say we had a Brocock Ultralight come in, XR, you better call right away.
Because it's gone quick.
They'll take a deposit,
Uh-huh.
and then you can get your questions answered, but they go quick.
Yeah.
If it's a popular gun or a really good gun or a unique gun, they go quickly.
Yeah, I unfortunately lost one that I really wanted there because I hem and hawed about it for about an hour.
Yeah.
And it was gone. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to call him to get that gun.
Well, you can
It was
always offer to give them a deposit.
Yeah, true.
So,
That's good to know, because
Yeah.
I didn't know you could leave a deposit. So, but that's good to
well,
know.
talk to the sales staff,
Sure.
and it depends on the gun. I mean, if it's something that's, they're going to sell at the next call, maybe not.
Yeah.
But if not, why they may take
And you
the
see a
deposit.
wide selection of used guns in there too. I mean, there's
Yes.
really expensive guns and there's inexpensive guns.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I've seen stuff you don't even sell.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's pretty unique. It's pretty unique.
One other thing that I need to cover is that if you buy a gun from Airguns of Arizona, a new gun or a used gun, we will have tested it on a 20-yard range
Uh-huh.
to make sure that it functions like it should, that it operates, that it actually shoots accurately before we send it out.
That's
So if you don't get your gun quite as quickly, we may have people on vacation, but typically it's because we've gotten so many orders where you're testing every one of those guns.
right, which is
And
a benefit
so-
to them.
Right.
And it's a
And
benefit,
there's no extra charge for that.
and it's a benefit for them to wait to get that process done.
Right.
And talking about shooting them at the 20-yard range, if you've never been there, you wouldn't know that you guys have an indoor shooting range,
Yes.
as well as your EBR outdoor range.
We have a 10-meter indoor range that you can access from our showroom. And then our testing range is a 20-yard range that we actually will, except for the spring guns, like this gun, we wouldn't shoot a test target and send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll make sure that it's shooting as accurately as it should.
Sure.
But if you buy this gun and they shoot a 5-shot group with it, they'll actually print it out, stick it on a sticker saying that, hey, we went through this, we checked and made sure that it actually had a stock on it,
Right.
and it shoots like this. And
Will
you
they
get
put
all of
like
that.
the velocity and pellet weight in that thing, or is it?
Yeah, they'll tell you what
Okay.
pellet they shot and what velocity.
Excellent.
And normally they shoot the pellet that shoots best
Out of
in the
that gun.
particular gun.
And they know what that is.
Yeah,
course.
unless we're out of that particular pellet.
Sure.
But we try to keep enough that we can shoot the guns with what shoots best in them.
Excellent. Excellent. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the EBR and when that's coming up?
So Extreme Bench Rest will be in October this year. I believe it's the 7th through the 10th.
That's a nice time of year too.
Oh yeah, in Arizona.
Cooling
it's-
down. It's
Yeah. And
Nice
90
nights.
degrees in Arizona is like a 65-degree day here
yeah. It's
because we have no
nice.
humidity.
You're right.
So
Almost
it's a
none.
dry heat,
Yeah, very dry.
as they say. But 7 through 10, it starts on a Thursday. You can register on Wednesday.
Are you talking-
Actually,
can you pre-register online?
you do it online,
Okay.
but you can show up and get your shooter's bag and check in and make sure that they know Yeah, Larry showed up and he's actually going to shoot, and he switched guns here, and he's going to shoot 10-meter pistol in addition to all the other stuff he
Sure.
signed up for.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it's one of the most well publicized shooting events.
Mm-hmm.
You know, definitely in the U.S. Definitely in the U.S. But you know, I read about it in places from outside the U.S. You know.
Yeah, and we do a lot more than just EBR. EBR is something we put on as employees and owners, but we are sponsoring extreme field target matches now. So your American Airgun Field Target, we sponsor those.
Okay. At your event or at
No,
other
not
events?
at that event, but throughout the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We might be the sponsors. The last extreme field target that we sponsored, and I actually took the targets down there, helped them set them up,
Where was that?
was down in Waco, Texas.
Waco, Texas.
Clifton, Texas, actually.
Okay.
So we sponsor a lot of shoots in a lot of different places, and we're just trying to promote air gunning. Obviously, that's good for us,
Okay.
because if you see a red wolf and it performs the way you want to be able to perform, why, you seeing it in competition and how it does
Yeah.
will influence you into wanting to buy one.
Well, I tell you, when I shot it yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yes.
It's that kind of gun that can outshoot you. You better, if you think you can shoot better than that gun,
Yeah.
you got another thing coming.
And it's tested, and we expect a lot more out of this gun
Yeah.
than we would,
Out of
you
this
know,
gun,
another
obviously.
gun out of that one.
Sure.
Yeah, a spring gun that we're
Yeah,
shooting.
Absolutely.
Even though you may have a scope on it, spring guns are just harder to shoot.
Sure,
They're
absolutely.
cold sensitive. This is a little more forgiving. Actually, a lot more
a lot
forgiving.
more, yeah.
And
It,
so,
it can make a moderately good shooter into a pretty good one real quick.
yes,
Yeah.
it can.
It's amazing.
And if you happen to be shooting, you know, in EBR, for example, and your timing is such that you don't get the win that the other shooters do, you could end up winning.
Yeah.
And
Winning's fun.
going to be some big money on the line.
Yeah, I know. You guys
This
have
year.
some really serious prize money.
Yeah, and we'll be doing that again this year. And we pay it for most of the events. The Extreme Field Target, which is part of it, good prize money there. We're thinking about doing some NRL 22.
Okay.
We
That's
have,
getting really popular, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't even cover big bore.
No.
If you like to hunt big game animals, we carry a couple of lines, the SWA line, shotguns, as well as the slugged barrels. And we also carry Western big bore. And so we carry air guns that you can kill a Cape buffalo with.
And we'll shoot some of those here this week.
Yeah. So we carry those as well, but we pay money for the winner of the big bore. And we've got we'll have a 50-yard match this year.
Okay.
And, of course,
Unlimited?
the coup de grace. Yeah, it'll be
Bring
an
what you
open.
got.
Yep.
All right.
And, of course, we'll have the 2 qualification rounds at 75 yards to qualify to shoot the 100-yard final.
Okay.
And there will be some serious prize money there.
You know, I'm going to show up, even if I'm just going to watch. You know,
Yeah.
even if I'm just going to watch, I'm going to show up just to
Oh.
see this in action.
You learn a lot
That's what
about
I'm thinking.
guns. I'm not going to
Equipment.
say that the winners are going to share everything they know,
Oh, of course. Who would?
but, you know, just observation on how they shoot and what
Equipment
they
they
shoot.
use,
Yeah, that's right.
the scopes they're using, the guns they're using, maybe even the ammo they're using. You know,
Yep.
I imagine there's a lot to it.
So I'm sure that I've forgotten some major part of our line, which our general manager will say, Larry, you forgot to mention.
Blah, blah, blah.
So we kind of carry anything an air gunner would need.
Right. And an experienced crew to back it up.
Yes, people that actually do shoot and they know the guns. If you want to buy an HW44
Great
They know
pistol.
how well that'll shoot. And oh, by the way, if you want a scope for it, these scopes work well.
Right. So they're not. So you're not guessing and wasting your money.
Right.
Yeah, which is
not.
important. Super important to have a
Yes.
a sales group that knows the product that they're using
And
and are shooters.
right, if you buy a PCP with a scope and rings, it's going to be mounted and sighted in at 20 yards for you.
Yeah.
And you'll have the right height rings.
Right.
So you buy the gun and the rings, and oh, it's a 50 millimeter objective. These rings are too low.
Right.
So you get that experience
Yeah.
and avoid some of those.
Mistakes that you could cause yourself by not
Right.
knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit your wallet and definitely your pride.
Right. Right. So you end up with your face trying to hold your face up to get to the scope because you order the wrong
Right.
rings, or
Well, we were talking about that today. You were shooting that gun, and you were anchoring here.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like to anchor here.
Yeah.
So it depends on your preference,
Yeah.
and they know those things.
Yeah. They're a knowledgeable staff.
Like I
shooters.
say, I'm sure I missed something, but that's all I can think of at this point.
Okay, Larry. Well, this is the Airgun Expo, sponsored by Gateway Airguns and Airguns of Arizona, and we'll be talking more with Larry and shooting more of these fabulous guns that he has, and going over some of his other equipment too, in some later sections. All right, guys. Have a great night, and catch us on the next AGE episode.
We'll see you later this week.
Bye bye.
Real quick, guys, don't walk away just yet.
Okay.
Just one thing I want to let everybody know. We're not done yet today.
No.
No, we have our wrap at each night. We're going to be doing a wrap up of the day. That's again brought to you by Airguns of Arizona, and we're also going to do some just viewer questions. We had some questions come in while you guys were talking that
Okay.
really weren't connected to your subject, but it's stuff that I thought were good questions. We're going to be able to respond to those each night. We're going to have these sort of roundtable discussions
At the end of the night.
at the end of the night.
Yes.
So from 7,
Fantastic.
our first will be 7, then we'll have a break like we've been doing breaks in between each
All
one today.
mountain time.
Yeah, everything's all mountain time. We'll be starting that here after we go eat some dinner.
Yeah.
But stay with us because you don't want to miss those roundtable discussions because we're going to be pulling in people that are going to come in via Zoom and other personalities and stuff that are big into air guns. We're going to try and get them involved. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. But don't forget to stick around even later tonight. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you are hit the notify button. So every time we go live, you know it because all week we have got a ton of footage to share with you. So thank you guys for joining us. Everybody wave and say bye.
Bye.
Maybe we'll put a camera so people can see us talking over here, but we'll do that tomorrow maybe. All right, we'll catch you guys later tonight. Thanks for watching.
Good night, all.